Hello, good evening, everyone. I'm Jeffrey. I am the moderator tonight in this the Turning Point series number three. Okay, happy Vesak Day to all our Buddhist friend, and also happy MCO. We are still locked down, but don't worry. Very shortly, we're gonna be all able to go back to where we are regularly working, and hopefully the school will reopen very soon. Okay, thank you for joining me, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you all here every week, every Thursday at 9 p.m. Uh, do me a favor as before we start, okay, a few things that I need you all to do. Uh, Now that you are watching this live over the Facebook, we have two Facebooks over here that you are the one that you're watching, either the Study Hub Student Advisory Facebook or the JS Study Solutions Facebook. Now, where you are right now, if you can help us, if you have liked our Facebook, thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. But if you have not, why don't you do this for me? Why don't you do this? Like the Facebook, and once you have liked it, why don't you share to your friends? I'm sure many more of your friends or your relatives, your dad, your mom, whoever not, may be interested to know tonight's topic, Business 101. Okay, now I will be having this program approximately about an hour. So sit back and relax while we're going to introduce you to our speakers later on. We will be doing an interview session tonight. So you all will be also maybe wanting to ask some questions. Okay, now if you do have some question in regarding to business related subjects, programs, courses, feel free to put in the comment box. We will be happy to answer those questions whenever we can, uh, right before the program ends. So if you have the questions, just put it there, and we will come to your questions there. Okay. Now tonight we have with us, which is Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus. Now, the name of Swinburne doesn't sound Malaysian, right? Obviously, it is not. Now, Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus, it is a branch campus from a Australian university that is based in Melbourne. Okay, they have been already in Malaysia for 20 years now. They started in year 2000. Okay, they are located in Sarawak, specifically in Kuching. Okay, and it's a beautiful place. I've been there before, and Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus is one of the leading branch campuses in Malaysia. And tonight's topic is Business 101. Now, I'm going to introduce to you our guest speaker today. Before we do that, why don't we bring it up to the screen? Hello,
Right.
Professor. Hey, good to see you.
Hi. How are you doing,
We
Jeff?
had we have together with us this evening is Professor Mark Lim. Okay, yep. You might be thinking, oh, so young. Yeah, I don't know his age, but anyhow, yes, we have Professor Mark Lim with us this evening. He is the head of the business school in Swinburne University Sarawak campus. All right. He will be our main speaker to our main guest speaker today. We have a few more others things lining up to you. So, without further much delaying your time, I will just ask Professor Mark maybe to introduce yourself to the audiences this evening. Professor Mark.
Right. Thank you, Jeff. Hi, this is Professor Mark Lim from Swinburne Business School. First, I would like to thank JS Study Solutions for inviting me on the third series of the Turning Point, which I think is a fantastic initiative to help young people to connect with school leaders like myself. I also would like to thank everyone for tuning in to this session today, and I'll do my best to share my insights with you on good business degrees. So, a little bit about myself. I'm a full professor of business research and the head of the School of Business at Swinburne University's International Branch campus in Kuching, Sarawak. I'm also an adjunct professor at Swinburne University's home campus in Melbourne, Australia. So what I really like to do is I enjoy grooming future-ready graduates and seeing them succeed in life. So today, I hope to share with you the opportunities that a business degree will open for you in the future, especially our signature Swinburne business degrees. So
Right.
over to you, Jeff.
Thank you very much, Professor. Now, let's begin to ask you some questions that are very much related to the situation nowadays. Many students are asking us these questions. In fact, from time to time when they come to see us in regarding to business school. Now, let me just ask you, Professor, just the first question to begin. What is a business degree?
All right. Thank you very much for the question. So, in general, business degree prepares students for a career in the business profession, right? They typically expose students to fundamental business concepts ranging from accounting and finance to marketing, management, and international business. Well, there are many business degrees in the market, but I believe that a good business degree is one that helps to develop future business leaders who have strong skills in innovation and entrepreneurship. As we all know, the job market today is extremely competitive. And the reason for that is because businesses today are struggling to gain competitive advantage due to increasing competition, right? You know, everyone wants to be an entrepreneur these days, but it's not easy to translate dreams into reality, you know? And in recent times, if you read the newspapers, many companies are even struggling to survive due to the lockdown effects from the COVID-19 pandemic. So in that sense, I would say that companies today will only employ graduates who are innovative and entrepreneurial, right? They will not employ people who cannot deliver value and help their businesses to grow. So therefore, the goal of future-ready business degrees is to nurture aspiring business graduates into business professionals who are innovative and entrepreneurial.
Right. Now, Professor, you are saying that in a business degree can also have many specialism. You were mentioning about management and marketing and whatever not. Now, of course, I'm already in, but someone who are interested to open their own business, maybe now, maybe in the future, we do not know. Now, is a business degree enough to equip that particular person to be an entrepreneur?
Well, you know, there is this belief going around, you know, that you do not need a degree to become an entrepreneur, right? There's this myth going around. I would like to debunk this myth. So imagine you just graduated from high school and you want to open your own business. Do you know what you need to do? Do you know how to set up your accounts and manage your finances? If you're thinking about hiring employees to do this work, do you know how to manage employees who do not perform as expected in their jobs? Right? If you think that you can just fire employees like how Donald Trump fired his apprentices in the popular TV show The Apprentice, then you will have to face a legal suit because what you see on TV is not what really happens in reality, right? So if you were to read the newspapers over the last 2 weeks, you will realize that many companies want to downsize, and those who want to let their employees go will have to pay them off. If you don't have enough cash because you cannot bring in sales, then you have a serious issue and a very high chance of going bankrupt. So you see, doing business is not as easy as it looks. However, with a business degree, you can avoid many of these issues because a business degree will be able to equip you with this knowledge. But the question is a business degree enough? I would say it depends. Right? It depends on which university you're going to earn your business degree. If you're going to a university where they just judge you on how innovative and entrepreneurial your ideas are without actually teaching you how to be innovative and entrepreneurial, then I reckon that is not a good place for you to earn your business degree, right? So a good business degree, you know, are the ones, you know, like that we have here in Swinburne, which will teach you how to be innovative and entrepreneurial. Right? They will equip you with the knowledge and skills to continuously come up with great ideas so that you can respond to your competitors and your customers in an awesome way. So in short, a good business degree will really go a long way to help you to start, scale, and succeed in your entrepreneurial journey if you have plans to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah. And good. I got the keyword there that you mentioned just now about the skills, because you mentioned that in Swinburne you don't only just teach a business degree, you're talking about the skills. Now, what are some of the skills? What are some of the skills that are probably in your school that you are training that one will have in order to excel in their business major in business degree?
Well, you know, it's really not that difficult to earn a useful business degree these days if you choose a good university. Right? So at Swinburne, we have the state-of-the-art learning management system called Canvas, which is used by top universities around the world, you know, like Cornell, Harvard, Stanford, and Yale, right? So Canvas is a learning management system, right, which allows lecturers like myself to track how well our students are learning, which then allows lecturers to provide more support to students so that students are able to master business knowledge and skills effectively. So for students, what we really appreciate is for them to have a great thirst for knowledge and a great desire to succeed. In other words, it's Swinburne, if our students are willing to learn, we as lecturers are ever ready to teach. So what students can really expect from us is really great support from lecturers and an awesome learning experience if they choose to earn their business degree at Swinburne.
Okay, I'm sorry if just for a while, Professor. Audiences, you may be experiencing some lag in the time, but anyhow, don't worry. End of the day, we can't control this, so just hanging there, and we will try to. Hopefully, the line come back stable. Yeah, so don't worry. It's not your line is probably somewhere else. Now, Professor, let's come back to the questions about business school, business 101. In your opinion, what are some of the major industries currently that require the business graduates?
Well, I think that's a very interesting question. I would say that any industry that wants to make money will need business graduates. For example, accounting firms like PwC, Deloitte, and EY will need accounting graduates. Other firms such as AirAsia in the airline industry and Badini and Brands Outlet in the retail industry will also need accounting graduates to manage their bookkeeping records and finances. So as all these industries rely on people to generate income, they will also need graduates in management to manage people and in marketing to generate sales. So in short, all industries that want to make money will need business graduates.
Right. Now, just to ask you, this is on top of the questions that are lined up, but something just came to my mind, so I'm going to ask you this. But you know, many students that come to see me, this is just ad hoc. They associate accounting as a different platform from the business school, because you mentioned just now about Deloitte and C. So I'm just thinking that just to debunk that as well. Is accounting a different program altogether from the business school, or is it actually part of business school that some students are misled?
Yeah. So if you look at the business school and you look at accounting, right? So if you look at the business, right? Just think about business. So a business school represents a school that teaches people how to do business. Right? So if you look at a business consists of many departments. You have accounting department, you have the marketing department, and you have let's say the human resource department. And maybe if you are an international company, you have an international business department. Right?
That's right.
So what we do at the business school is we teach people how to do the job at each of these departments. Right. So if you're in accounting department, you will learn things about accounting. If you want to be in the to manage people, you want to be in the human resource department. We teach you all the skills you need to know about HR, how to manage people, how to manage difficult people, how to make sure that you are, when you give a contract, is in line with employment law, right? And we also have another one which is a marketing degree, to teach you if you want to do sales, help the company to actually sell more. What do you need to do? Right? Because if you look at sales, it's not, the salespeople that you see in shopping malls. The marketing degree is whereby you need to think about strategies in terms of how to get people to buy your product. That's one. If you want to charge a premium, how do you do that? If you look like luxury brands, like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Prada, and so on, how come they are able to charge so much money just for their products like handbags? But why, we see some other handbags that look exactly the same, but maybe a different brand, they only charge, like few hundred ringgit as compared to these luxury brands, few thousand. How do you do that? Marketing is able to do that, right? So when you look at, like in the business school, just think of it as a company. And in a company, you have many departments. So what we do at the business school is we teach people how to be or how to excel in each of these departments. Right, and of course, I think if you look at Swinburne's business degree, it's very interesting because it is not just saying that I come here and study accounting, that's all. No, you can also take other majors as well. For example, an interesting combination would be, let's say, accounting and marketing. So you know how to count money and you know how to get money. I think, if you talk to any businessman out there, very important is number one, you know how to bring in money. Number two, when you bring in money, you know how to make sure that it's kept well. Right, so accounting and marketing is an interesting combination that a lot of people are actually quite interested to take up now. So yeah, I think if you were to look at business and accounting, then it's all part of it. Accounting is part of business, like how marketing, human resource is also part of business.
Right, right. Okay. So I hope that would clarify some of the students' doubts, because I know maybe some of you here are thinking that accounting is a premium compared to the other business major, which I think may not be so. It may sound like it, but it is all part of a business sector. So in a business school, like what Professor Mark say, it has got the elements of accounting, the elements of human resource, the elements of marketing, management, and so on and so forth. So it is entirely on the majors which you are more interested in pursuing, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Professor Mark, I just asked you, this one is targeting towards the students who may have already got an undergraduate degree. Now, it seems like MBA, Master in Business Administration, is becoming a very popular postgraduate program in Malaysia. Also, some other part of the world. Now, can individuals which do not have a non-business related undergraduate degree uh, partake and study this MBA, and how can they benefit from having one?
Of course, MBA can be taken by both business and non-business graduates, right? The difference is in the number of units they will have to take. For business graduates, they usually take fewer units in the MBA because they already have a strong foundation of business knowledge.
Right.
However, for non-business graduates, they will need to take a few additional units to gain that foundation of business knowledge before they can succeed in mastering higher level business knowledge. Having an MBA these days is really a stepping stone to enter senior management, for example, becoming a general manager, a vice president, or a CEO. Regardless of your undergraduate degree, all companies have senior management, and
That's
MBA
right.
is very much required these days, right?
Yeah.
So, interestingly, is that at Swinburne, our MBA does not require prior working experience, and the classes are conducted during evening and over the weekends. So what this means for students is that students who want to earn their MBA at Swinburne can do so immediately after they graduate from their bachelor's degree and while working full-time. So imagine, you just finished your bachelor's degree and you start working full-time. In 2 years, you want to become a manager. You can easily enroll into our MBA at Swinburne, which will which you can actually complete as little as 1.5 years and get ready to go for the promotion to manager in 2 years' time. So in short, holding an MBA is a great advantage, and completing the MBA with Swinburne provides you with the agility to gain the advantage over your peers.
Right, I see. So I hope that would clear some of the doubts. Some of the students who may want to consider to take up an MBA. Swinburne got one. Okay, if you can fly to Kuching, or you can get a job there, even do part time if you want to. Now, a question that also a lot of parents ask me, Professor. This question I can say almost every other time we would encounter parents or students alike, or even teachers alike. They like to they always consider this. Business studies too common now. Too common nowadays, and because the problem probably because many universities offer a business degree or business diploma. So the mindset is that parents are thinking that business studies are too common, and students cannot find a job after they graduate. Can you comment on this? Thank you.
Yeah. So I would say no, absolutely not. As I've mentioned, all industries that want to make money will need business graduates. So you have many degrees in the market, such as engineering and medicine. But hey, these degrees are likely to be relevant only for one industry and not the other. For example, an engineering degree will do no good in the medicine industry. And likewise, a medical degree will do no good in engineering industries such as construction and electronics. Right? However, a business degree is useful in all these industries, as companies in all these industries need to make money. They all need to manage people. So they will need business graduates such as those in accounting, in marketing, in management. Right? So in short, business graduates typically have the privilege to choose the companies they want to work with, as compared to graduates from business background who might not be able to enjoy this privilege. Also, in times of economic crisis, business graduates can always jump from one industry to another, which is a privilege that other graduates from other disciplines might not be able to enjoy. Right? So I think that hopefully answers the question.
can we say that in that case, when you say this means that basically in every industry, in every company, regardless whether they are involved in either medical line, or they could be in education line, or they could be in finance sector, they would require people with business knowledge.
Yes, of course, absolutely. Like for example, if you were to issue an invoice, right?
Yeah,
Who does that job? Someone in accounting.
yeah,
If
correct.
you want to go and make a pitch, if you want to go and make a pitch, and win a tender, who goes to that pitch? Your engineers, your scientists don't go to the pitch. Your marketeers
Okay,
go to the pitch, right?
right.
Who manages, the payroll at the in the company, right? The engineers don't manage the payroll. The scientists don't manage the payroll. It is the human resource manager that manages the payroll. So if you
Yeah.
look, I would say that again, any industry, any business that wants to make money will need business graduate, regardless of whichever industry they're in, whether they're in hospitality and tourism, whether they're in IT, whether they're engineering, right? If you look at the current oil prices now, right? And if you were
Yeah.
to take an engineering degree and suddenly the oil price and the world market crash, you
Yeah.
cannot jump to any other industry because your technical ability is in oil and gas industry. However, in
That's right.
business, if let's say you're in Shell, you're in Petronas, and let's say the oil industry, oil and gas industry crash in the world, you can easily jump to education sector. You can easily jump to a tourism sector. Your skills are transferable in a sense. So a business degree, is very, very, I would say it is, it is foolproof. It's not to say foolproof, it is able to weather through this kind of crisis that's out there and changes that is taking place across different industries, because business graduates have that kind of privilege to jump from one industry to another because their skills are very, very much transferable.
Right. Okay. Thank you, Professor. Now, Professor, just before we give you a break, stay where you are. Don't go. Anyhow, these are for the audiences. If you have any questions that you would like to ask Professor Mark, feel free to do so. He will come back later on, and just put your questions at the comment box. We'll come back to you. Now, Professor, just before we let you go, one final question, or even not, I will not say a question. One final advice that you give to the students. No, I actually before I actually met you, I went through your biodata, and I was very much surprised and excited, and thought, wow, what an awesome biodata that you have. You have done many journals. You are award-winning a lecturer, I think. Yeah, and you have done many journals as well. And I don't dare to ask your age. I think you probably wouldn't dare to tell me, but you look pretty very, very young still. But business school and a young professor with many journals, award-winning professor. Is there any advice or motivation quotes that you would like to give to our audiences before we let you go?
Thank you very much, Jeff, for the compliments. I would say, young people got to dream big, right? And young people must be willing to do what it takes to make, their dreams into a reality. I was originally from Georgetown, Penang, and then I moved to Subang Jaya in Kuala Lumpur. And after completing my PhD, I decided to join Swinburne here in Kuching, Sarawak, with the goal of becoming the youngest full professor in Malaysia. Right?
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah. So the culture in Swinburne and Kuching, in Sarawak is really, really good. People here are friendly. They are not judgmental. I think that's a good thing. And they're very family oriented and encouraging. We also have very cool shopping malls and artisan cafes around. So you can really take cool Instagram worthy photos in a very cool and safe environment. If people are thinking about coming to Kuching, Sarawak, I would say, your favorite bubble tea stores like Damoba and Seafood are here too. So yeah, Kuching is really a cool city to live in. For me, Swinburne gave me, the platform to shine, and within 5 years, I managed to achieve my dream of becoming the youngest full professor in the Malaysia Book of Records. So what I would really like to iterate here is that young people got to have big dreams and to work really hard and smart in order to turn their dreams into a reality. Today it is the quality of your years that matter, not the quantity of years. This means that if you are young and you can show great impact and value, you will rise much faster to the top as compared to someone who may be much older but do not have the ability to create awesome impact stories like you do. At Swinburne, this is what we do. We do not only provide our students with an Australian education at one of the most affordable price points in Malaysia, but more importantly, we grow and nurture our students through various opportunities for impact creation so that our students can turn their dreams into reality and to become the champions of tomorrow.
Okay. We'll give you a break while we talk to somebody else. We'll get you back in a short while, Professor. I still got 2 more questions to ask you before we let you go. And just hang on for a while. We will come back to you. I'll give you a break for a while.
Right, sure.
Now, we have Professor Mark has shared with us a little bit about the business school as an overview in the landscape in Malaysia. So you don't have to worry. Many jobs are available for business graduate students. Okay, so hanging there, ask us questions, like our Facebook, share our Facebook. Now, I have something interesting to also want to bring to you all. Okay, we have a student who is currently studying at Swinburne University. Her name is Farah. Let's get Farah on board.
Hello.
Hi, Farah. How are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you for spending your time with us, waiting for us until 9:30 now to be here. We appreciate your time here. And Farah, just maybe in a nutshell, if you can introduce yourself to the audiences over here, and maybe you can tell us more about your experience that you have got in Swinburne University, Sarawak.
Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Farah, and I enrolled in Bachelor of Marketing. Currently, I'm in my second year, second sem. So let me start from foundation. I took my foundation in Swinburne as well, and I take it after my SPM, and I took it for the second intake. Then after that, I start my degree, and I choose marketing, and I also choose accounting as my second major. Because I don't want to spend my money to learn, because we can choose like our minor, right? I want to choose like something valuable after I graduate. Yeah, so I can maybe play with 2 major when I work later. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So in marketing, actually, I really like the course as well, because in our assignment, we always use the real company. Yeah, the real startup company, and we need to like do our own marketing strategies for them, and we need to present to our lecturers, and it is very tough, to be honest, but it's very interesting. Like we really learn something. So after work, we already know that this is the thing that we need to face in the future.
Right.
So it's almost the same like when you're in uni and in work, Yeah, so it's not much different. So like during your work, right, you won't be like, this the thing they want to do, no. Then I also have some lecturer that really like friendly. He's Dr. Jeffrey. Same name like yours, Dr. Jeffrey. And
I wish I'm a doctor as well. Unfortunately,
that he don't want us to call him by doctor. He want us to call him by names. So he said he want to break the barrier, the wall between us. I was like, oh, okay. I'm quite shocked at first, but so whenever like I saw him like, hi Jeff, like it's a bit cool, Yeah. And currently in this year, I'm the president of music club.
Wow.
Yeah.
What music do you play?
I don't play any music. I just sing.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah. I just sing.
I'll give you back. I will give you back next time another session for singing.
And to be honest, I really learned a lot. Like when managed the club, I even become one of the event coordinator for quite a huge event, which is Mike's 3.0. It's a musical inter-college showcase, and we collaborated with What About Kuching 2019. We have around like 300 plus participants that join it's kind of like concert.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have a lot of meetings here and there. We prepare like 4 to 6 months for this event. And from this, I really learned, like when I come to Swinburne, I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to do all of these things. I feel like I'm a woman already. I'm not a
Wow.
kid anymore. Like, oh, I live my life now. I live my life to the fullest. This is what I expect in university. I don't want to live a boring life.
Right, right. Yeah, I'm sure everybody enjoys their university life. I remember when I was very young as well. Yeah, I missed it. I missed it. And you are in your year two. You still have a final year to go, right, Farah?
Yeah. And
Okay.
actually, my hometown is Limbang, and
Yeah.
I study in Kuching, and it's quite far. I purposely
Yeah.
chose a quite far place for my parents, because I
Yeah.
want the freedom,
Yeah.
no
Okay.
curfew,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it's really fun. Like I can do things independent now because
Right.
before this, when I back in my hometown, I have maid. I don't do dishes. I don't cook. I don't even wash my own shoes. And now
All right.
I learn to do all things alone.
Very good.
Yeah.
Independently.
So I was like, now I know how to cook very well.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Hopefully
learned
one
some.
time. Sorry.
I learned
You
like a
learn?
lot of things. Like when I
Okay.
come here, yeah. And I
Okay.
also have a lot of, since Swinburne is a Australian branch campus,
Yeah.
so we have a lot of international students,
All right.
and I have a lot of international friends. Sometimes I don't even know what they are talking about because of their accent. No offense, but
Okay. Okay.
international thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
have
right.
friends from Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Egypt,
Wow.
Qatar, Indonesia, Korea, China,
Okay.
Australia, like 9 countries already.
Wow. So the world is
Uh,
coming to you.
yeah. And even like I have some friends from Germany and Turkey. We still like keep in touch until now.
All right.
Yeah,
Awesome.
thanks
Awesome.
for the
Very good.
Instagram in the world, right? So we still
Yeah.
can like reply each other's story or whatnot.
Okay. All right. Farah, I just want to ask you something. Just before I got you on board, I got to know some secret about
Mm-hmm.
you. I heard that you can speak some Mandarin words, and you are brought up in you go to the Chinese school, then you can speak. Yeah. Just for audience sake and for my sake, maybe you want to share one or two sentences in Mandarin.
OK，Hello，大家好，我的名字是 Hara。在这个疫情的时间，我希望大家就多多待在家，如果没有事情的话，就不要出去外面，多照顾身体健康，然后多喝水。
All right, cool. Do you still speak Mandarin a lot with people nowadays, or
I speak Mandarin in my house, so with my moms, my siblings, I speak Mandarin. Yeah.
Very good, awesome. Okay, Farah, is there any last sentence that you want to give to our audience's friends, or maybe want to say something before we let you go?
You won't regret when you come here.
Okay, that's powerful enough. You won't regret when you come here.
Because even it's in the city center, everything is
Yeah.
near.
Yeah, there's a shopping mall opposite, right?
Yeah, the shopping mall is just opposite. That's why I
Okay.
waste a lot of money when I come here. Oh my goodness.
Okay. Then if you have chance to come to over here to West Malaysia, let us know. Give us a call. Okay, I'll take you for some satay or whatever not. Good to see you, Farah.
Alright.
Appreciate
Good to see
you. Appreciate your time. All the best to you in your final years.
Thank
Do well,
you.
do best, and make Swinburne proud, make your parents proud. Take care, Farah.
Alright,
and
okay.
see you again. Thank you very much, Farah.
Alright. Welcome. Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. Thank you, Farah. And before we ask, just as Farah has left, now can I call Professor Mark back because we want to ask him continue on with just a couple of two more questions before we put him off into the back again. Professor, so do you know Farah?
Yeah, I've seen Farah around, and she's a gem to have at Swinburne. Having this kind of talented students, this is what really makes us very, very proud.
Yeah, very good. Now, Professor Mark, let me ask you some questions that very much related to Swinburne University of Technology Sorrel campus, or even Swinburne as a overall. Now, I know that Swinburne, it is a AACSB accredited university for business school. One of the unique selling point. On top of AACSB, which I hope you can elaborate more, because I'm sure many students do not understand this term. Are there any more other differences of Swinburne Business School as compared with the others?
Yeah, so there are many universities offering business degrees, but I would
Yeah.
say that Swinburne offers one of the best, if not the best business degree in Malaysia for three simple reasons, right?
Yeah.
So reason number one, Swinburne business degrees are accredited not only by the Australian and Malaysian government, but also AACSB, which stands for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, which is based in the United States. Right?
Okay.
The AACSB accreditation is the
Yeah.
gold standard for business schools, as only 5% of business schools in the world have accreditation. Right? And in Malaysia,
Okay.
Swinburne is one of the very few business schools with AACSB accreditation. And I'm pleased to say that our AACSB accredited business degrees is also one of the most affordable in Malaysia. So if you're
Yeah.
thinking about a business degree that's recognized in Australia, in Malaysia, and the United States, then Swinburne business degree is the right business degree for you, right? Reason number two, right? Swinburne Business School uses Canvas as its learning management system, right? As mentioned earlier, Canvas is used by top universities around the world, such as Cornell, Harvard, Stanford, and Yale. So what this means is that students who enroll in Swinburne can expect to receive a world-class education experience like these Ivy League universities, but close to home at a very affordable price.
Yeah.
And finally, reason number three, students who want to earn a business degree at Swinburne Sarawak can expect serious coaching from world-class professors. For example, 60% of our lecturers hold a PhD, 20% of our lecturers are completing their PhD, and another
Wow.
20% of our lecturers hold professional qualifications such as ACCA and CPA. Our professors also have published in world's best journals such as the Journal of Education and the Journal of Business Research. Our professors have also led high-level discussions at leading business conferences such as the World Economic Forum. So in short, Swinburne Business School is really different from other business schools in Malaysia because number one, we have AACSB accreditation. Number two, we use Canvas like Cornell, Harvard, Stanford, and Yale. And number three, we have world-class professors who have made it big time, such as leading high-level discussions at the World Economic Forum. Right? I believe that no other business school in Malaysia have all these three distinguished qualities. And I stand corrected if anyone can tell me which business school in Malaysia has these outstanding qualities other than Swinburne. But more importantly, these qualities translate into high graduate employability of up to 100% in our AACSB accredited business degrees. Right? So yeah, Swinburne's Business School in Sarawak is really, really different.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. And don't forget what Professor Mark said, affordable fee. I can't business school degrees are in fact one of the most affordable in the market. Come and see us in our office. I will tell you more in Klang in Jenja Road Administration office. Okay. One final question. What are some of the popular business majors in Swinburne, Sarawak?
Yeah, so that's a very good question, and that's a question that we always get a lot, right? So our accounting degree is really popular because our accounting students are eligible to take ACCA as early as year 2 in their degree and CPA as early as year 3 in their degree. So this means that students who earn their accounting degree with Swinburne will have the opportunity to earn their ACCA and CPA at Swinburne by the time they complete their degree. And therefore, the opportunity to earn dual qualification gives Swinburne accounting graduates the head start over other accounting graduates from other universities. Right? Besides that, our international business, management, and marketing degrees are also very popular, especially among students who come from entrepreneurial families, as they are here to acquire business knowledge in order for them to be well prepared to take over and expand family business one day. Besides that, we also offer entrepreneurship minor, which is taught by lecturers with business experience. So yeah, I guess we are really popular for our business degree across all business disciplines for various good reasons.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Professor. Crystal Yan Yan, I saw your question over here in the comment box, but please hang on for a while, Crystal Yan Yan. I will give Professor another break while I get our third speaker to come on board. Crystal, we'll come back to you the question in a very short while, okay? So hang on there for a while. Okay, thank you, Professor. We'll see you again in a short while. Okay, you have heard from Professor Mark, the reputation of the business school in Swinburne Sarawak is definitely one of the more popular in the market with the accreditation by AACSB, well-qualified lecturers, also as well as affordable fee, and these are definitely one of the pulling factor for you to consider. Okay, now we have our third speaker this evening. and I would like to call upon Mr. Faizin, my good friend. I've known him for many, many years. Faizin, are you here?
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
Jeff.
Faizin.
How are
Okay,
you?
Faizin, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Now,
Great.
Faizin is a good friend of mine. I've known him for many years now. I think almost 9 years now. And Faizin is currently the person in charge of marketing, one of the key person in charge of marketing, one of the most senior person that is in Swinburne University Sarawak campus. He knows Swinburne, I think, by the book. You are a graduate from Swinburne as well, Faizin.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, exactly. And this is a graduate from Swinburne University Sarawak campus, and now working with Swinburne for many years now. So, Faizin, thank you for joining us. I appreciate your time as well. Be able to be with us here. And Faizin, let me just ask you a few questions from the marketing point of view. But before that, do you have anything that you want to add up to what Professor Mark has shared so far?
Okay, thanks, Jeff. So
Welcome.
basically, I think from what Mark and Farah has mentioned earlier, they have covered quite a bit. So for those students here watching who are actually, thinking to join Swinburne, I think the other thing that perhaps I would like to mention here is the pathway into the degree in business, right? So other than having a qualification enabling you to go into the degree directly, so we also offer programs to actually put you into the program through two other programs, which is actually the foundation and also a diploma in business management. So
Right.
students who have graduated from SPM, from O levels, are able to actually go into our foundation or diploma programs before they pursue their degree in business. So I think these pathways are also amazing pathways for them to actually take. Like for example, foundation takes you a year, diploma takes you 2.5 years to prepare you before you pursue your degree. So I think these two programs are also quite important for students who are relevant to go into foundation and diploma. And I think Mark has also mentioned a little bit about the short professional programs like ACCA and CPA tuition, which we also do in campus. So students can basically cut short, going into professional qualification by doing it in the degree. So you can basically do your degree and a professional paper together. So that is even more flexibility given there for students as well anyway.
I see. Now, I know I mentioned this much earlier before the program starts. How long Swinburne has been around, and how long it has been around and in Kuching? I mean, in Kuching.
Okay. So basically, Swinburne is, as everyone knows here, is an international branch campus of Swinburne University of Technology, which is in Melbourne, Australia, right? So the Sarawak campus actually opened its doors in Kuching, capital city of Sarawak, in the year 2000. So basically, if you guys can calculate, this is our 20th anniversary, right? The year 2020 is our 20th anniversary. So how it started is that this campus is actually a very smart partnership between Swinburne Australia and also the state government of Sarawak. And this idea to bring an international branch campus in Kuching is basically a long-term strategy that Swinburne Australia has, all right, to globalize its operation and to provide students with international living, working, and learning opportunities. Especially, nowadays, when exchange and transfer programs are very popular among our students. So they are able to actually exchange or transfer to our home campus in Melbourne. And from time to time, lecturers also have the chance to go to Melbourne, exchange ideas, and vice versa. So I think this really is a great idea from the beginning that Swinburne is doing with the state government of Sarawak. So since we start our campus in the year 2000, so Swinburne Sarawak has been growing rapidly. The custom design campus has actually a student population of about close to 4,000 at the moment. And apart from Malaysia, as you have heard from Farah, the students hail from more than 40 countries in this campus alone. So making it a truly international university altogether.
Right.
Okay. And also being mentioned earlier that there's a lot of shopping malls. We have a private hospital next door, which is one of our panel hospitals anyway. So we are basically 15 minutes away from the heart of the city. And around us, we have a lot of commercial businesses, residential areas, And places like shopping malls and all that. We have cinemas, places for you to relax, stuff like that. So basically, it is a very ideal location for students to be in. And I would also like to mention here, because this is a business session that we are having, that we don't only offer degrees in business, of course. We offer degrees in engineering, we have science, we have computing, and also design in this campus. So basically, students have a range of programs that they can actually take in this campus alone.
Okay, thank you, Faizin. Okay, sorry, I know this is not in the question again, and it came out ad hocly. Scholarship, can you tell us a bit more about scholarships that you have offered in Swinburne?
All right. So in terms of get to pay your fees, the university provides a lot of opportunities for students to gain scholarship. Of course, in our scholarship list, we have a range of different types of scholarship, may it be academic related, or maybe it is sports related, for example. So what happens is, if a students come to apply to us, we will actually evaluate your qualification. Or maybe if you have mentioned that you are good in sports, you have represented your school in different types of activities, we will also look into those, and we will actually recommend these scholarships for you. And of course, apart from scholarships, students have the flexibility to also pay fees by installment. So this is another great opportunities for students to actually plan their finances a bit better. So other than having scholarship only, students can pay by month, for example. So for parents especially, this is actually a great tool for them to use, so that you don't have to pay a big sum at one go. And of course, like for example, this year we have a special grant that we give to students as well. So there's a lot of different financial assistance that we give to students, not only scholarship.
Correct. Okay, cool. Now, any more questions that you have, everyone, please put it in the comment box. We're going to finish very, very soon. And just put it in there so we can answer your questions. Now, Faizin, the last question that I have for you tonight as well. Now, being a true Sarawakian, anything that you would like to share about Kuching and the beautiful state of Sarawak?
Right. I think the golden question that I always get when I do counseling.
Right.
So, for those in this session at the moment, if you have not been to Kuching, I would really suggest that you come over. I'm actually born and raised in Kuching, true Sarawakian. So basically, this city is actually a combination of both old and new, right? So we have places like Men Bazaar, which has been there for many years. We have newer places like, for example, the location that we're in at the moment, Sipatiga. We have shopping malls with perhaps 90% of the brands that you can find anywhere in Malaysia available in these shopping malls anyway. So from Starbucks to Uniqlo to cinemas like TGV, these are all available in Kuching currently.
Right.
So so as a student, you can get all these wonderful amenities around the campus without even going to go anywhere else in Kuching anyway. Right. But in terms of the size of the city, we are quite a medium-sized city. I've actually looked into the population. It is slightly bigger than Petaling Jaya, for those of you who are staying in Petaling Jaya, and we are slightly smaller than Klang. So we are in between Petaling Jaya and Klang in terms of population, right?
Right.
So perhaps, a few things that you will enjoy when you are here is basically the ability to go around Kuching and enjoy nature and wildlife. So for those of you who are able, who loves to go to places like maybe mountain climbing, kayaking, going to our famous Bako National Park, these places are nearby and is accessible through Kuching itself as well. In terms of culture and heritage, very much like the rest of Malaysia, we have a lot of interesting things here for you to see. We have a lot of cool museums, cultural village, all that. Food and nightlife is another thing that I would like to mention here. As you know, we are very popular for our great food. Sarawak laksa, mee kolok.
Oh, yeah.
So you can actually experience this different part of another different part of Malaysia that maybe you have not been to. And in terms of food, we are no, we are normally people would love to enjoy our food here in Kuching, and it's actually quite affordable as well, right? So also at the end of the day, we also have, as I mentioned, a lot of other modern amenities, shopping malls, supermarkets, cinemas. We have a lot of cool coffee cafes here. I'm not a coffee drinker, but a lot of people are. And it is very much similar to what you experience in Melbourne, if you ask me. Actually, in fact, the city campus that we have in Kuching, right, it resembles what we have in Melbourne as well. So we have a lot of things in common with Melbourne. Melbourne is one of the most livable cities in the world. And many years ago, Kuching is also known as the most livable, one of the most livable cities in Asia as well. Anyway, so I think we have a lot of common things to Melbourne, and a lot of common things with places in West Malaysia as well. So there's really nothing that separates us between Kuching and other places in Malaysia. Anyway.
Yeah, correct. And I agree with you so much, on what you have mentioned just now. End of the day, Malaysia, we are still one country. Yeah.
Right.
And I encourage you all. I've been to Kuching, I've been to Sarawak, and I encourage every one of you here, if not been there, please go. Look at the river view, look at the riverside, look at the places. It's really good. Okay. Thank you, Faizin, for joining us. I'll just get Mark up back on the screen because there's a question here. Okay, we are all three. What's here? Okay, Mark. I think we have a question for Crystal. I think we better answer her first.
Sure.
Crystal is asking. Most of my families and relatives told me that business degree is a very general course. See, like I told you, and I will be wasted if I study this course. What the job scope of a graduate from a business school, business course, and is the salary of a business degree holder high? Is high.
Yeah. So I think I'll take this question. All right. So if you were to think of other courses other than business, for example, if you look at engineering or you look at IT, right, you only have one specialization. All right.
Yeah.
So if let's say you take an engineering degree, a mechanical engineering degree, you can only work in mechanical engineering jobs, right? Or if you take IT, computer science, you can only work in computer science jobs. You only can work in one job, right? But let's say if you take a business degree, you can work in multiple fields. How do you work in multiple fields with a business degree? For example, in a business degree, you don't only have to have one specialization. You can take two majors. For example, you take accounting major, you take marketing major. What could happen is that you can either go to accounting job. If you like it, you can stay in it. You don't like it, you can go and do a marketing job. You can go and do sales, for example. If you were to think about, is marketing like the salespeople that you see in the shopping malls? The answer is no. All right. Think of marketing as something whereby you are able to sell a particular product like a handbag. Instead of selling for a few hundred ringgit, you can still sell it for a few thousand ringgit. It is the difference between an unbranded handbag and a Louis Vuitton or a Prada handbag, right? So when you look at a business degree opens a lot of doors for you, right? And if let's say you want to climb up the career ladder, you want to earn a lot of money, which degree helps you to earn a lot of money? Which degree is called business? It's a business degree, right? If you want to create a business, you need to know business knowledge. If you want to be a manager, you want to be a CEO, you need to know how to manage. A business degree is the only degree that teaches you how to manage. All other degrees are all technical degrees, right? Business degree is the one that teaches you how to properly run a business. If you talk about starting salary, right, it depends on what type of job you choose to take. All right. If you go for a normal management training job, maybe your salary will be 2,000, 2,005. Yeah. But let's say you do very well, all right, and let's say you take marketing and you want to go into consultancy to do market research, your starting salary can be 3,008 or 4,000. So again, it depends on which job you want to take. But I would say the starting salary does not really matter. What matters is how fast you climb the career ladder. The faster you climb the career ladder, the more you will earn. If you want to reach a CEO, you want to reach general manager, you want to reach vice president, you want to reach CEO, If you look at all those positions, what type of positions are they? Are they technical positions? Do for example, programmers CEO? Are programmers general manager? The answer is no. The people who are in senior management, they are all with business background. They are coming from management background. They know how to do sales. They know how to generate revenue. Because if you generate revenue, you are an asset to the organization, right? Because at the end of the day, who pays the salary? The salary comes from money that is generated by sales. Who generates sales? Marketeers generate sales, for example. Or whoever that is managing the finance, where they put the money, the cash flow into proper investment, and the investment actually creates returns, they are the ones as well. So when you look at it, who are the ones that actually manage companies at the top? They are all business graduates. Most of them are business graduates. It could be someone in engineering or even someone in IT. But if you have a business graduate, you can actually get there much faster than them because you already know the skills to manage a business, right? So if you tell me, that business is too broad, I would say, if you compare with other degrees is only one specialization. Business, you can have two specialization. The next one is that if you want to climb up the career ladder, all right, I will say don't think about starting salary, think about climbing up the career ladder fast. Once you're at the top, your salary is definitely 5-figure and above. Whether it's 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, it depends on which company you go to, right? So I would say that business degree, it may look very general at first, but these days people don't just want one single expertise. People want multiple expertise. The more you can do, the more valuable you are. At the end of the day, companies only want to make money. So if you can help the company make money, you're in business.
Thank you very much, Professor. Crystal, I hope that I'll give you a clearer picture of the business school and the career prospect after you graduate business school. So if you have any more questions, Crystal, come to our office and ask us. We'll be more than happy to guide you. Thank you, Professor, for joining us the last 1 hour. Appreciate your time, your valuable time to share with us about Business 101. I think the understanding of business definitely is much broader now for everyone who has attended this section. Thank you again. Hope to see you in Swinburne one day. If I go there to Kuching. Otherwise, if you come back to Penang or come back to Subang, let us know. All right. Catch up with you again. Thank you, Swinburne University, for allowing us to host you this time round. To Faizin as well and to Farah, you're at the back room, but thank you very much for spending time. Okay, I'll catch up with you all. And thank you, Professor.
All right,
see you.
Thanks.
I'm very grateful that I got a wonderful opportunity to be with a very diversified team in Digi. I contribute to a lot of new transformation projects, digital savvy projects, which is very innovative.
Dexter is a very energetic person. He is also very friendly. When he first joined Digi, he actually went to meet all the new people by himself. He wasn't scared and he actually ran a lot of meetings quite independently as well.
It's been a very long time. I'm going back to my hometown. I'm coming home, I'm coming home. When I was 12 years old, my grandparents passed away. It was a very challenging childhood. I was living in an orphanage. Without my uncle and auntie, I think I would not have been able to continue to pursue my SPM. Right after my SPM, I decided to work to save some money. I met this wonderful guy. I started off to wash plates, cashier, barista, floor manager, and then joined his logistics company. Without my ex-boss, Mr. Lim, I don't think I would have got that invaluable experience of project management at a very, very early stage. One fine day, Swinburne sent an invitation letter to join their university. So I immediately took that opportunity and flew down to Swinburne. It was a very good experience studying in Swinburne. Lecturers were very helpful. I think without Swinburne, it would have been very difficult for me to be who I am right now. I've learned a lot from Swinburne. They laid out a perfect foundation for me. Lots of people always ask me, what's my dream? I no longer dream anything. I think I am living the dream right now.